Hey, what is up, guys? Chase Oliver 68 here, bringing you a special video. And anyone can participate in these videos in the near future. All you need is a Skype account. Just send me in your Skype, and I'll give you guys my Skype. And I only want to do these for like special events or live pay-per-views, just like people talking about, their experiences going to like a pay-per-view or live event. So if anyone's going to like SummerSlam soon, it'd be cool to know. And we can do a video like this. I'm here with Wrestling Punk 97. He's going to talk about going into Destination X and his thoughts of just being at the TNA tapings in general. What was it like? I'm going to ask him some questions, being at a couple of TNA shows that I've went to where they rarely come to California. But Wrestling Punk 97, how's it going, buddy?
It's going pretty good. How about yourself?
It's pretty good in the neighborhood right now. Beautiful Wednesday. Big Brother on later tonight. I have nothing to complain. Well, this will be uploaded on a Thursday, which Big Brother is
Okay.
also on tonight. That's on CBS. But yeah, tomorrow also I'm doing a podcast with Alan about MMA. So for all you MMA fans, don't worry, I haven't given up on MMA whatsoever. But
Looking forward to it.
yeah, so you went to shit the nation destination, whatever the fucking people like to call it, destination shit, destination X
Yeah.
last Thursday. You went to that show. One question I gotta ask, because I went to TNA Bound for Glory '09, which was at Irvine, California. They couldn't just say Los Angeles to make it sound better. No, they had to actually say Irvine, California, which was
Welcome to
ridiculous.
TNA, the Viejas Arena.
Yeah, TNA. So, you went to Destination X, and I gotta ask, was the backstage segment part of the arena? Was there backstage where they interviewed the superstars? Was that part of the arena? Like, do you know what I'm getting? Like, part of the entranceway?
It actually wasn't.
Oh wow,
So
they stepped
it
up
was
big.
just showed on the big screen.
Wow, because
Um,
when I went to Bound for Glory 2009, part of the entranceway to the arena was cut off for the entrance for the backstage interview area.
huh. That
Yeah.
is really stupid.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, first of all, it was placed in the Louisville Fairgrounds, and it's like there's two arenas there, and they picked the smaller of the two for no reason at all. The other one wasn't even having an event that night. So I mean, TNA just isn't smart about their things.
So
But
they,
one thing I have to say about the setup is like the Broadbent Arena isn't too big, and the
hmm
hallways aren't that, or the walkways around before you actually go into the seating is very small. So TNA, being smart, decided to put their merchandise stand right across from the snack line or the food area. So everyone's fighting to get through this little 4 foot, 4 foot wide area with people trying to stand in line. It was absolutely
God.
horrible.
That, see, because like living in California, every arena is like big enough. Like even the where the Bakersfield Jam plays, the D League team,
Yeah.
for the NBA, they have a big ass arena, and their arena's lines are like the arena spacing is huge. But that's fucking crazy. So they just chose like the small ass arena just because like it was cheaper, maybe.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, and even in the small arena, like they had the floor seats, like instead of being like floor seats and then their own risers and then the actual stadium seats, because this is used for like rodeos and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
they just had floor seats and then 20 feet in between.
Wow.
It was like, what is the point of this? And then, like, you think with all that spacing, they could still do the aces and eights entrance through the crowd, but no, aces and eights came out through the Titantron or whatever they call it in TNA, which I
And
think
I just call it
is
the entrance ramp always. I just say, oh, they
entrance
went
ramp.
down the
Yeah,
entrance ramp. Yeah, that's
yeah,
weird.
whatever. So
Hopefully it's not like that when I go to Bound for Glory because they're in a huge fucking place for Bound for Glory. They're at the San Diego State Arena.
yeah,
So, like, well,
I
the Coliseum, they're at where the football team plays.
yeah,
So
I mean that's huge.
that's a huge place for TNA. So I got floor seats for $65. So I'm like, ah, fuck
I
it, I
mean,
don't give a fuck.
the only other TNA event I've been to was Lockdown 2011, and that was in U.S. Bank Arena, which was the biggest arena in Cincinnati, and everything was lined up good. There wasn't a problem with anything. But this event, I mean, I had huge problems. So with my tickets, I paid $60 for tickets after tax, and I was
Where were
supposed to
you
be
sitting? Where were you sitting in the arena?
I was supposed to be sitting in section 10, which is like the first set of the risers, because I didn't want to sit on floor seats
Mm-hmm.
to not be able to see over people's heads, which was supposed to be directly behind the ring where the TV cameras point. Well, when I got there, section 10 is not one section over, it's 3 sections over. And I'm literally behind the giant screen, right next to the thing. We couldn't see shit. So I go up and I complain to the box office. And literally, I walked around the arena for 30 minutes trying to find somebody to talk to about my seats because they're all were fucking clueless. And then I get to them and she's like, well, we don't have any seats except for $15 seats. So I traded for it because, oh, well, at least I could see. And then I go and I sit down and the giant, like, swinging arm camera that they have was right in the way. Like, you've got to be kidding me. This is horrible. So I moved again. I was like, all right, you know what? Screw this. I'm finding whatever seat I can and I'm sitting there. And this happened to the whole section because I ended up the 2 guys sitting next to me in section 10, they were like, yeah, I'm going to complain with you too. So I was like, okay. So all 4 of us got moved right behind the camera and couldn't see either.
That sounds terrible.
And still no money paid back yet. God. No compensation or anything.
Yeah, fucking TNA. What assholes.
No, actually, the one thing that came out of this was Jimmy J after the show, the Shop TNA guy. He was at the thing, and I went up to him, and I was like, yeah, we were in $60 seats, and we got moved to $20 seats after tax. And I drove down from Cincinnati, and the 2 guys that were there drove up from Nashville. And he was like, I can't give you a refund, but let me give you some T-shirts. So he gave us $100 worth of T-shirts.
Oh, wow.
So we got 4
each
T-shirts.
and every one of you guys, or just all together?
No, just all together.
Nice.
Everybody got 1 shirt. So I think we got a Hulk Hogan shirt, the Hulkamania 10th edition, the RVD shirt, the I'm trying to think, Lockdown 2011, which I kept, and then the Impact Wrestling basic tee. So
wait, they still sell old pay-per-view event shirts?
They actually they weren't selling it, but they had a whole tub of just shirts. I guess if you go up and ask them for it, I don't know. It was, and then they had the brown bag special there, and it was still it wasn't even, it was 2 T-shirts, or not 2, 1 T-shirt, 2 DVDs, and a program from the event, and they weren't selling the programs by themselves. And it didn't even come with the banner, and it was $40.
God damn.
When the brown bag is $25 online.
God.
And I asked the guy, I was like, so what makes it so special? Well, you get a program. So you're telling me a program's worth $15?
Damn. I got a WrestleMania 20 program when I bought the WrestleMania 20 DVD. I didn't even pay extra for that shit.
Yeah, but they actually did a thing if you got there early. You could buy a Dixie Carter action figure, and it was $20, and then you got to go back and meet Dixie Carter and get it signed.
So I would have gone back to meet Dixie Carter and not just get it signed, that's for sure.
Well, actually, because I got there and I was running around with the other guys to try and get our tickets changed. But the guy went back there, and this was probably 10 minutes before the show, and he was just trying to get his autograph, talk about, oh, let's bring Matt Stryker on commentary to her, and a bunch of other stuff, talking to her about the cuts. And then he was all done, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to go get back to my seat so I can start the show. The show was starting at this time. She's like, hold on, I'm still talking. For another 10 minutes, she forced him to stand there and talk with her. You got to be kidding me, dude. And he was like, yeah, security was just staring at her like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And there were still 10 people after him in line. It's like, wow.
Yeah, she likes talking to the fans. I give Dixie credit.
She does. I'll give her credit for
because
that.
When we did Bound for Glory 09, Like my dad
Yeah.
and her were talking forever. My dad's like, "Yeah, you know what you need? You need someone bigger than Kurt fucking Angle to be in this company." Like my dad was just telling her this. I'm like, "Dad, come on, let's go." Cause like I was like, "Dixie, can I hug you?" And she's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, you're a cute little kid." I'm like, "I'm not little, but okay." And I was like, "Yes, hot chick hug." And then my
Hot
dad,
chick hug.
my
Can you introduce me to Velvet?
I hate Velvet Scott. I think she's nasty. So
You
Mickey
mean you
James.
don't like fake implants?
No, I do like fake
Come on.
implants, but Mickey James I find hotter than Velvet any
Oh,
day.
Mickey James. Even Gail Kim some days is hotter than Velvet
I
Scott.
don't find Velvet that attractive, but then my dad was just like talking to her for like 30 minutes before Bound for Glory, and he's like, "Yeah, you have some smart input." And he's like, "Yeah, I do, bitch. I've been watching this fucking shit for a while." And my dad only
I've been
took
watching this shit home since '02.
dude,
You idiots.
my dad, like he's been a wrestling fan for like ever and shit like that. He's been to so many WrestleManias and he's never been to a Bound for Glory. Like he only watched TNA once in his life, and he just heard Steen was gonna be there, and Steen's his most hated wrestler of all time.
Oh
So
god.
he was cheering for AJ Styles all the way, even though he didn't know who the fuck AJ Styles was. He's like, "Who's AJ Styles?" I'm like, "That's my favorite wrestler, Dad." He's like, "Fuck him, let's go Steen." And then later on, he's like, "Wait, fuck Steen, let's go AJ."
Well, your dad got his wish because they did bring him Rampage.
Well, I think they got my dad's wish when they brought in Hogan the following year because my dad's a
Oh
huge Hogan
yeah,
mark.
Hogan Marks.
My dad's a huge Hulk Hogan mark.
Well,
That's
actually, I don't even consider people like who watch wrestling in the '80s Hogan Marks because that's just they were little kids when it happened. That's
yeah.
like kids today with John Cena. I mean, if you can't call someone who grew up with him being their hero,
Yeah,
pick
like
a mark.
how
I
we
mean,
grew up with Stone Cold pretty much and The Rock being our heroes.
oh,
That
The Rock he's on my bucket list to meet. I
oh,
mean,
dude, I can tell you where to meet him. Go to 24-hour Fitness in Simi Valley, California. He's there at 9 o'clock and at nights and 7 o'clock in the mornings.
okay.
I've honked my horn at The Rock. I've honked my horn at The Rock. I'm like, "Rocky!" And he just gave me a peace sign. I'm like, "Ugh!" Got a
Is
peace
it
sign from
kind
The
of like
Rock.
the Iceman Chuck Liddell?
Yeah, he's like Chuck Liddell. Walks around. Well, he's not like Chuck Liddell who walks around the streets publicly,
He
like
doesn't walk
drinking.
around drunk either.
No, he doesn't do
Man,
that.
I was hoping to see him drunk Rock.
Only fucking Chuck Liddell.
Oh,
Only the Iceman Chuck Liddell walks around the streets drunk like that. But
oh,
yeah, no, the Rock's easy to me. But like how we grew up with Austin and Rock being our heroes, like obviously Austin was my hero, but he broke my heart in 2001
oh
when he
man.
turned heel. And so Rock and Chris Jericho's always been my favorite, but growing up
Yeah,
idolizing, it's like Stone Cold Steve Austin's the man, dude. Like fucking everyone watch wrestling because of Stone Cold. Like people know who the
yeah,
fuck Stone
yeah.
Cold Steve Austin is, but
I mean, people who don't even watch wrestling are like, yeah, Stone Cold, I know him.
yeah,
Yeah.
so Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh, Steve Austin's doing movies now. Yeah, I'm not
Oh,
gonna
he
watch it.
returned. I'd go back and watch WWE for him.
Yeah, exactly. Like most people were watching WWE like in the past 2 years because of The Rock. Like
Yeah.
every motherfucker that said The Rock did nothing for the company, shut the fuck up, man. That guy got that guy averaged 3 million pay-per-view buys and just his 3 WrestleMania appearances. Like people thought he was actually wrestling at
Yeah.
WrestleMania 27.
No,
Like
no, let's not give him all the credit, okay? John Cena brought in a bunch of pay-per-view buys for that.
nope.
Come on now.
Shut the fuck up. It was all the fucking Rock. It was
You
all
know
the
I'm
fucking
messing.
Rock.
I'll give Rock all the credit.
I'm giving The Rock
Rock
all the
was
fucking credit here. Just like
I'll
I give
give
Brock
Rock the
Lesnar credit.
for the pre-show watches. People watch the pre-show for Rock.
Dude, people watch WrestleMania 27 because they thought The Rock was actually wrestling at that show.
Oh man.
They just put him on the poster and everything. But so like Destination X, you went there a lot. But from what I heard, like I read a report online that the crowd was not even hot for the entrances or anything, but the action everyone was
No,
excited
the
about.
action we were into, I mean, actually, I don't know if the camera could hear this, but at the start of the show, the whole arena was chanting yes, which I found hilarious because just me and a couple buddies tried starting it to be funny, and it actually got over. And then on the Rockstar Spud match, I'm kind of embarrassed now saying I tried starting this chant, but you can kind of hear it in the background. But we tried starting a Justin Bieber chant, and there was a Y2J chant when he was wrestling. So it was fun. I mean, when Saban won the title, the crowd popped, but it wasn't. It was huge for like 5 seconds. Then it was kind of like, wait, why exactly are we cheering for him?
That's how I felt when Saban won. I'm like, oh my god, Saban won. Okay.
There were actually people trying to start Alex Shelley chants.
Alex Shelley. I've always preferred Shelley over Saban.
I
I'll
like
say
Shelley.
that.
I never understood why they cut him when Saban
Dude,
was
I don't
here.
understand how he doesn't have a job with the WWE. I mean,
I don't.
Kevin Nash loves Alex Shelley. Like
Yeah,
if you ever listen to a shoot interview with Kevin, like everyone's like, oh, I thought Kevin Nash hate midget wrestlers. People misinterpreted what Kevin Nash meant when he said Guerrero and Benoit killed the business. What he
yeah.
meant was that pretty much it's not because they're smaller wrestlers. What he meant was is that they killed the
Their
business,
attitudes.
the attitudes that they had, and also not only that, where are they now? Eddie and Chris are
Yeah.
dead. And I love Eddie Guerrero and I used to love Chris Benoit,
You
but
can't fault. You can't really fault Eddie for that, but well, you can
he took the
kind of.
steroids. He took the steroids.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He took
Okay,
steroids
the
to
one
get
thing
better.
I can fault Eddie for is him after he died. He left. He didn't say it, but he said it to somebody to push Rey Mysterio. So that's the one thing I got against Eddie.
What do you have against Ray? He's a draw. He's a talent.
He's a draw, but not a main event
Well,
draw.
he's a guy that you can put like is Dolph Ziggler really a main event guy? He's a guy that you can put in there to wrestle
He
against good guys.
Dolph Ziggler, if he's used, here's the thing with smaller wrestlers: if they're pushed right and if they cut the
Well,
right
this is what
promos.
I say. Ziggler is not a guy that I would want to be the star of my show. I would rather have Ziggler just hold a world title and put on good matches with people, just like I would do with Rey Mysterio.
See, but the problem with that is that's going into the World Heavyweight Championship isn't worth anything.
No, well,
That's kind of the
that
problem.
that's the whole point. The World Heavyweight Championship's not supposed to be as big as the WWE Championship.
It's not supposed to be as big, but right now I feel it doesn't have the prestige that it should.
Well, it doesn't because
But
John Cena could obviously choose Alberto Del Rio as the #1 contender to the WWE Championship. I'm just,
unify it, yeah.
I'm just saying,
But that's the thing.
Ray deserved the world title. I say he
Yeah,
does deserve a world title. If you're over as hell like Rey Mysterio was, he deserved the world title.
yeah, he does.
He's a
But yeah,
popular
like
guy.
the crowd at the show was good. I mean, I was surprised because Louisville. I guess it was like the people who tune into OVW once a week because they do have OVW down there shown on TV. But the I'm not gonna spoil anything for tomorrow, or I guess later today when this is put up. But the X Division match, this isn't a spoiler or anything for all of you worried, but literally they're live. I haven't seen the TV show yet, so they're live. The thing was rocking back and forth and shaking,
But
and
the Ultimate X.
yes, I literally thought the thing was gonna fall over. And it wasn't a part of anything, like it wasn't like played for anything, but the thing was literally shaking back and forth when no one was even on it. It was like, holy shit, this is gonna end up with somebody dead. It was horrible.
Maybe that's
And
why
then,
P.D. Williams and Homicide didn't win their matches. They're like, fuck that shit, man.
yeah,
I
screw
ain't
that.
doing that.
Yeah, because Christy Hemme afterwards, when they were taking it down, and she was like, "Give it up for the maintenance crew." That was the biggest heat I've seen at that show. Was when she said, "Give it up for the maintenance crew." That and Earl Hebner.
Oh, poor Earl.
Every time Earl Hebner came out, they were like, "Yeah, give it up for the most controversial in most controversial referee in history and all this other stuff." I was like, "You've got to be kidding me."
Oh, poor Earl Hebner. He's like, it's been over 20 years. People, let it go. Or
Yeah, it
almost
is
20
still
years.
kind of funny to see the chance of
No,
Earl.
I always say like I'm like it was in 1997. Get over it, you fuckers. Like,
Yeah, it
seriously,
was. I mean,
get
I
over
was
it.
like, I was born when that happened. Like, get over
I
it,
was 4
people.
years old when it happened. I didn't give a shit about it then, and I don't give a shit about it now. No, I don't think it's a work. No, I don't care if Brett didn't
I
know.
really don't care. I mean, get over it, people.
It's
Come on now.
over. Like
Yeah,
I can't wait till the SummerSlam screw drop this year. Oh, Can't wait for
Oh,
that.
SummerSlam screw job. Let's get it. Let's do it.
You know what the SummerSlam screw job is, right?
Explain it, please.
When my boy Randy Orton cashes in on Daniel Bryan after he wins the title.
Oh, Jesus.
I almost want to go to SummerSlam just
Please
to.
make if you even hear Randy Orton's music, just start recording yourself on your phone because I want to see you mark out if he does it.
Well, just record my video while I'm watching it via stream because I don't feel
Yeah,
like paying money for it. Just be like,
yeah.
oh, yes,
It's
Randy,
WWE.
Randy.
Do the fake out. It's WWE SummerSlam live. People get pissed, but it's still views.
Oh, dude, no, you know how pissed off people when CM Punk won the undisputed title match against Cena at SummerSlam 2011? So many CM Punk fanboys were so fucking pissed off, man. They were like, I was like, hey, do you guys want to do a quick little interview about your thoughts at SummerSlam? Like, fuck off, kid, CM Punk
Fuck
lost.
off.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my god, dude, you're taking this shit way too seriously. Like,
Dude, some fans are freaky. Seriously,
was
at
there
this
any
show,
like of those fans that were like pissed off Bully Ray lost? Was there any Bully Ray people
there
upset?
were some Bully Ray fans that were
No.
pissed off. Like, this is retarded. Aces and Eights is over. And I'm going to tell you right now, I like Aces and Eights until about 2 months ago. 2 months ago was when it all started going downhill.
Aces and Eights.
Their shirt is cool. I do like the shirt.
I like AJ Styles' No One shirt. I want to get that shirt.
Yeah, there were 2 shirts I was tempted to buy for $25 there live when they're $15 on the website. I was tempted to buy the AJ Styles shirt and the Bad Influence shirt.
Ooh. Yeah, the Bad Influence shirt is a nice little shirt to wear.
Yeah, and Christopher Daniels had a match, and I was kind of pissed off. He didn't bring out the Appletini. It's like, damn,
Those
that was the best
Appletinis.
part.
When he does his little dancing with the Appletinis. Who
Oh,
are
that's
the
amazing.
5 people? I want to know who are the 5 people that got like no reaction or got the most heat. I don't know if you can really say heat nowadays in wrestling, but who are the 5 people that got booed the most?
I'm thinking Brooke got booed when
Oh,
she came
poor
out.
Brooke Hogan. Who else? Was it just Brooke Hogan? The maintenance crew?
No, I'm thinking because there were some who got heat. Let me look through the match card. Honestly, I can't even remember the match card. Okay, the thing is when you're there, you know that they're recording two shows, but they don't tell you what show you're on. Like, there's no like, okay, we're gonna start recording Impact now, or we're gonna start recording Destination X. It was just really confusing.
So they just say like, all right, here's the next fucking show, motherfuckers. Deal with it. Is that what
It
they
was funny because SoCal Val actually her car broke down before she got to the event, and you heard all these people saying like, you heard like when you were there, they were like, yeah, did you find SoCal? I heard she's here, so who picked her up? They were like walking around the arena asking who picked her up because they were jealous. I was like, man. And Kenny King did get a good heat when he when he starts running in place, he did get some heat. But the one thing I have with the Chavo, Kenny, and Manic match, who couldn't tell that it was going to be Manic as soon as Manic was the only one who got the televised entrance?
A bunch of people.
Yeah. Rockstar Spud did get some heat just because he was the Y2J rehashing.
So, like, pretty much, like that. I know there was a second show. I know Jeff Hardy and AJ was the main event. Was Jeff Hardy one of the people everyone freaked out for? Because like everyone cheers for Jeff Hardy, so I was just wondering, was he like the guy everyone was
everybody
like?
cheers for Jeff Hardy, but I mean, I'm an AJ Styles fan, so I was trying to get the AJ Styles chant going, and there was a good amount of people who were for. I wouldn't say it was a split crowd, but it was more like 20-80. I mean, but the fans who were excited for AJ Styles, he got the bigger like fan reaction from it.
No,
Like
okay.
actual fans like happy that he was here.
But did Jeff Hardy get that huge reaction that he normally gets, or no?
He did get a decent reaction, but then the Victory Road chant started.
God, you guys
I'm
are
not gonna say I was in it, but I was in it. I was involved in it.
you guys are assholes. That was like 2 years ago. Leave Jeff Hardy alone. Yeah, because when I went to a WWE does their super shows better. Because like when they used to do these like super shows before they used to
Yeah,
hit England, I went to a super show and they filmed Monday Night Raw. No, the first was a dark match. It was the funniest scene. Savon Granero came out and he was all like, "I challenge you, Chris Benoit, for the United States title." And Chris Benoit came out, defended the U.S. belt in a dark match out of all things. I was like, "Oh,
yeah,
cool."
because they do like the minute they do the main event dark match and then the mid card dark match, and the main event usually goes on after the show, right?
No, they just do a mid card dark. They just did a opening dark match, filmed Raw.
Mhm.
DX kind of just hanged out for a little bit. Then they're like, all right, time to film fucking SmackDown. So then they filmed
Yeah,
SmackDown. Then after SmackDown, like everyone pretty much left after SmackDown because Raw finished at 9 o'clock my time. Like they started the show at 7 o'clock my time. Raw finished
hmm
at 9 o'clock my time. And then afterwards, they went from Raw to SmackDown, which was like pretty much like nine
yeah,
o'clock to like 12. Like it was so fucking long. And so Batista and King Booker, no one was even caring. Everyone was just excited to see fucking Batista. And then afterwards,
yeah,
it was like before the Champions of Champions match at Cyber Sunday. That's all I remember. And so Big Show cost the match, and then afterwards, John Cena and Batista cleared the ring. And then all of a sudden, Rated RKO came out, and then they beat
yeah.
up Cena, and Batista, and then DX came out, and it was an 8-man tag: King Booker, Big Show,
That's usually the way
and
that it works out.
yeah,
Usually,
and
it's a
Rated
really fucking
RKO.
short match.
Rated RKO. No, this 8-man tag match went on for like 20 fucking minutes. It was the longest thing ever.
Wow.
My mom was dead tired. She's like, "Can we go now?" I'm like, "No, I watch this fucking
Yeah.
match, mom." And it's pretty much that match was long, and then that happened. Then we didn't leave LA until like 1 in the fucking morning.
Wow.
You
I
know?
wow, that's crazy because I drove all the way back from Louisville right after the show and got home at 1, and I live in Cincinnati. So,
Yeah, we didn't leave LA. We were just like till 1 in the fucking morning. It was crazy. That was the longest
yeah.
super show ever.
So
But
our dark matches at this show, which okay, so like WWE does things where they're like, show us your best signs, and then your sign gets showed on the Titantron, which is cool. And then, but here we got Christy Hemme. We want to see the loudest fan in Louisville to maybe get a chance to go backstage. No one ever was picked to go backstage. Ever. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But before the show, we did get a dark match. It was Joseph Park versus Devon. Now, here's the thing. Why would you do a dark match with two people in the Bound for Glory series?
was there a Battle Glory series match?
No, there wasn't one, except for next week.
Well,
Or
I don't think
today,
Devon's
later
not in
today.
Devon's not in the BFG series. It's Kennedy, Mr.
Is it?
Kennedy.
Oh, no. Sorry, I'm thinking of last year.
Yeah,
Duh.
that's last year.
Either way, I ended up even missing the dark match because the whole ticket crap. It
So
was. Oh, we did get one Bound for Glory series match. It was the Austin Aries Bobby Roode.
what about you got? Wait, AJ and Jeff Hardy was in Bound for Glory series?
AJ, yeah, I'm talking about for Destination
Oh,
X.
for Destination X. Okay, I was gonna be like,
Yeah,
wait, AJ
yeah,
Jeff Hardy was it?
AJ and Jeff Hardy was um on the thing, or Bound for Glory. I don't know why I'm forgetting the name of it. I've said it like 4 times.
Yeah.
But the with them not showing the thing on the video on the big screen, it is nice because you kind of get that old feel for wrestling. But like when they were on the outside, they would show it on the big screen, except for when Bobby Roode freaked out. Like we couldn't see anything of Bobby Roode freaking out.
Was that
It's like,
camera
yeah,
just in your
turn
way?
on the camera, turn on the camera. Nope, nothing.
So you didn't know what Bobby Roode was doing. You were just like, what the fuck is he doing?
We saw a chair hit the stage and then SoCal out running. It's like, yeah, okay, what the hell's happening, Curtis Axel?
They both have the greatest theme songs in wrestling
Oh,
today. Bobby
yeah.
Roode and Curtis Axel. Those teams could have sex and make a beautiful
Well,
baby.
Curtis Axel's entrance video is so good they put it on Christian's entrance video.
Oh, Curtis Axel's in. Oh yeah. Didn't they put Michael McGillicuddy for Curtis Axel on
Yeah, they
accident?
put Michael McGillicuddy when Christian came out. When Christian came out, it was Michael McGillicuddy on the screen.
That was hilarious. That was on a SmackDown, huh? Can't remember if it was on
Yeah,
SmackDown or Raw.
which is really bad because some smart guy is able to fix it.
I wonder if they're
LAX
just doing it.
Homicide did get a big chant though.
Oh, dude, fucking, I love Homicide in LAX.
We were. It was decent. I mean, I was hoping to see like Chavo come out and like there be like some big Homicides back in the company, but we know that's not going to happen with TNA's payroll. But like LAX is back and Chavo turns heel or something. I don't know. That would have been cool.
Dude, but what's it called? How pissed off are fans not being able to see the Canadian Destroyer?
Oh, people were pissed. I mean,
I was pissed off. I was like, "Fuck this shit."
I know this was an discontinued shirt, the TNA like Canadian thing, where it's like TN and then the maple leaf.
Yeah.
Like that shirt, I had to see 15 shirts there that night of that shirt. I'm like, people must have gone on eBay and freaking bought these just for the show because he was coming back. I was pretty pissed that they didn't do that. It was like
I was so pissed. I'm a huge.
And seriously, Sanjay Dutt over Petey Williams. I mean, Sanjay Dutt's a good competitor, but Petey Williams gets more of a reaction.
Dude, Petey Williams is the fucking man, dude. Like, I remember, like, just like, I was so pissed off that they didn't let him do both of his like little stunts where he did the Canada. Like, he had Sanjay Dutt on the thing. I was like, oh, it's the Canada. And then Homicide fucked that up, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's Homicide, whatever.
Even if he would have done Canada, that would have been better.
That would have been enough for me. That. Like, that's like, I'm a Petey Williams fan, and I was just upset how badly misused Petey Williams was. I was just like so pissed off, and I think that kind of set the tone for the rest of the show. Really, to be honest, because I honestly did not like the rest of the show. Like I just said, the show was.
You didn't like Rubik's? Come on.
I loved Rubik's. No, I marked out for him in my review. Remember, I said Rubik's.
Oh yeah, you did. You did.
I was like, yes, but
how about Greg Marachulo, Pistachio, Pinocchio, whatever his name is? Like, couldn't you just keep him with Trent Beretta?
I don't even know if WWE owns that shit.
They don't, because he uses that name in Dragon Gate. He uses Trent Beretta in Dragon Gate.
So, like, do you think it was just because he didn't use his name so that way people weren't like, oh, they're stealing WWE talent, fuck TNA, then he can't get anything original. But yet when Rob Van Dam comes back to the WWE, it's the coolest thing ever, but he can't be in TNA because that's bullshit.
I don't know, because, like, if they really wanted to get him over, they should have done Trent Beretta, because, like, half the fans, like, after the, like, we were like, because we were walking out, we were like, oh, that was nice to see Trent Beretta, and people were like, wait, who was Trent Beretta? They were like, Trent Beretta was here? I was like, yeah, he won his qualifying match. It was Greg Marachulo. They're like, what? They should have done Trent Beretta. We would have recognized him.
Yeah, no, Trent Beretta, because I just called Trent Beretta in the review. I couldn't even read his name. I was like, fuck it. Trent Beretta.
And what chant are you going to start with Greg Marachulo?
I don't know. And the thing was they didn't sign him to a...
Trent Beretta.
Yeah, exactly.
Trent Beretta. And his finisher is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Where he lifts him up and he, like, slams him down and it looks like he's, like, teabagging him. It is pretty cool, though. And he does have a good spot with that in the X Division match. But I don't get some of TNA's repackagings. Like, who was it? Oh, yeah, Jesse Sorensen being changed to, what was it? Jesse Goddard's.
No, that's not repackaged. Jesse Goddard and Jesse Sorensen are two different people.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, they are.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You're joking.
No,
right?
I'm not joking. Jesse Sorensen is completely different from Jesse Goddard. Jesse Goddard started on Big Brother season 10, and then he went to play Big Brother season 11, and then he wanted to become he said on Big Brother all the time he wants to be a professional wrestler. And Jesse Goddard.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Jesse Goddard is a dude. That's not Jesse Sorensen. Jesse Sorensen looks nothing like Jesse Goddard. Jesse Goddard's
Oh, Jesse. Oh, okay.
Jesse Sorensen just got released from the company and he's pissed
Yeah,
off.
I know that. I just saw that the other day. That was pretty shitty.
No,
I agree.
Mr. Spectacular is totally different than Jesse Sorensen.
Okay. Because there were actually some people chanting Broman just to be passive.
It was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, so yeah, no, Jesse Goddard and Sorensen are two different people. I was like, what? You didn't know that?
I apologize. I don't keep up too much with the names.
Yeah, well, it's all right. Mr. Spectacular will forgive you one day.
He will one day.
One day, Mr. Spectacular will. Well, you know what? Destination X, like, how was it live? Did you like it live, or was it kind of like live? Like, did you get a weird feeling about it live?
You know, I feel like I can't really give you a good answer for that because of the experience with my tickets.
No, the experience is all that matters. Like, was it a good experience live? Yes or no?
It was a good experience, but there was some stuff that I didn't like the aces and eights coming out through the entrance ramp. I didn't like that because the whole cool thing was like, oh, they were the invaders. They come in through the crowd, and that kind of gives a crowd experience. It's just.
And do you think this is one of the best wrestling shows you've been to, or have you been to anything better?
Well, I've been to like 3 house shows, and then I've been to the Lockdown in 2011, the 1001th episode of Raw, which
You
was
mean the 1002nd episode?
1000. Yeah.
Well,
Maybe.
do you know why? Did you know that 1000th Raw wasn't really the 1000th Raw episode?
You know, I had heard that, but I didn't really believe that.
No, it's true. Do you know why they put it?
True.
Do you know why they put it on the 1000th? Why they put the 1000th Raw on when they did?
No, I don't.
Because of the Olympics.
Oh.
They didn't want to deal with the opening Olympic ceremony, so they were just like, "Fuck it, we're just gonna make the 1000th Raw the week after the Olympics."
That's pretty cheap. But yeah, I was at that one, and that was the first 3 hour, or the first regular 3-hour Raw.
Yeah. And
that show dragged on. So that out of my actual televised shows, that was actually probably third. And then Lockdown was first, and Destination X is second.
Do you suggest to people to go to house shows? Like, if there's a chance to go to a house show, do you say, like, yeah, go to a house show, it's a fun experience? Or do you tell people try to go to a TV show?
I would, if you want to see big names, go to TV shows. But, if there's a guy on the lower mid-card that you really like a Justin Gabriel is literally at every single house show for WWE. And if there's a guy like that you like, I would go to a house show. And house shows are still fun to go to, and they are not as expensive as the TV shows. But
you can pretty much sit wherever you want, right?
Huh? What was that?
You can sit wherever much you want in the house shows, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's basically, if you want a good seat, you get there early. It's just like the videos where the college kids running down when the arena opens up for a big game. It's like that, you got old ladies with canes.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So pretty much just sit where the fuck you want, have a good time.
Yeah, really. I mean, there are some there are some cool fans that go there. Like my first ever house show, I think I was 4. It was back in 2002, and there was some old lady hit him in the kitchen, hit him in the plumbing. It was what? The kitchen, the plumbing, and she bought front row seats to sit there and scream the whole day. And when the Divas match came on, she was like, Hit him in the implants. It was pretty funny. That was a good experience for my first show. But like at the Destination X pay-per-view, I don't know what it is, but like the creatures came out. I mean, there was a guy who was wearing and the security let him walk around like this. He was wearing nothing but an American flag Speedo.
Wow.
Like that was it.
It's just like
And then,
when I went to SummerSlam, I took a picture with the dude because I had a Rey Mysterio mask, and they're like, "Hey, put the mask on." And there was a guy dressed up as Macho Man. He's like, "Hey, the Rey Mysterio, put the mask on." And I'm like, "What, Rey Mysterio?" He's like, "You smell like Rey. You look like Rey. Put the mask on, dig it." And I'm like, "Okay." And I just put on the mask, and then like the Hulk Hogan impersonator came like, "Hey, what's up, brother? Go put on the mask, dude." And I'm like, "The mask is on, Hulkamania." And then later on, they took a picture of me, and they told me to do a Rey Mysterio pose, and I did like Rey Mysterio's peace sign, and they're like, and then they talk normal and be like, "Hey, thanks, kid, for taking pictures with us." They're like, "Oh, no problem, man. Thank you."
you mean you didn't grab your knee to do a Rey Mysterio pose?
No, I did the peace sign that Ray does. I don't have torn ACLs.
I mean, like there was another guy. I guess he must have worked for TNA or something, because he was walking around with Jimmy J and like security. Like this guy was like probably maybe it was Abyss. He was like 35 pound or not 35, 350 pounds, and had this big like the generic lucha libre black and silver mask on, just walking around the show in between like the rows. It was like, why? And there were other guys. There was a guy dressed up as Jeff Hardy, which people started screaming Jeff Harvey at. There are some interesting characters at wrestling shows.
I always love when you notice guys in the crowd, like when you see the Brock Lesnar guy or the sign guy or the Jersey guy for WrestleMania. Do you know the Jersey guy
The Jersey.
for WrestleManias?
No, what is it?
You don't know the Jersey guy?
If you bring it up, maybe I'll remember.
Okay, go watch WrestleManias. I believe he debuted at WrestleMania 24. He's a guy that wears a LeBron James vintage Cavaliers jersey every time at WrestleMania. You see him in the front row doing all these gay poses. He is
I
the
don't
most.
remember.
No.
The only Jersey guy I remember is the one local competitor to face Khali when Khali was having a big push, and he was wearing a Greg Williams shirt, and I think it was the King, and he was like, "I wonder if Greg Williams approves of him wearing that jersey."
No, look for the Jersey guy. Go if you have WrestleMania 26. You'll see him in the front row. He was wearing a LeBron James blue Cavs jersey, and then he literally changes it back to his orange LeBron James Cavs jersey just to be like, I'm like, what are you doing? That guy's amazing. The We Hate Cena guy. Everyone knows the We Hate Cena guy.
The one thing I get about the Brock Lesnar guy when he first came back and he did the pose, I swear I've seen that guy at 6 different Raw shows on TV, always in the front row.
Dude, the WWE finds those guys. Like, did you see the CM Punk Comic Con in Chicago?
Yeah, I did.
Where he's all like, wait, I know who you are. Get over here. I've seen this guy in all those video packages. You're the Brock Lesnar guy. He's like, do the pose right now. And then the Brock Lesnar guy's like,
do the pose.
And then he does the pose. And then later on, he's like, yeah, I work at Whole Foods. Like, goddamn, Whole Foods must be paying you a lot of fucking money. You know, I bet you the WWE, they know who the fuck these people are. And if they see those guys, they go, hey, do you want the front row seats? I mean, come on.
He's probably got some connection where if he shows up to a show, he gets front row seats and he has a camera on him.
Like We Hate Cena guy, you know that guy when WWE sees them. Like, I bet you like John Cena loves that guy.
What about the Miz girl?
The Miz girl, she went on an episode of Raw. So that face she gave was the funniest face ever.
Oh my god, that was the best part of Miz winning the title.
It was that girl just.
And then when she came out for the slam,
she looks like a nice little sweet girl.
And then she's like, "I'm the demon child, 666."
Miz, the angry Miz girl. I wonder if she's
That was literally her election name when she was up for the Slammy. It wasn't her name. It was the Miz face girl.
Angry Miz Girl, I think it was.
Angry Miz girl. Yeah, that was it.
Oh my God. WWE.
Oh,
But
W.
overall, you didn't enjoy your TNA live experience
I did
besides
enjoy it. It
besides the
was cool.
tickets. It was a fun event.
Yeah, it was a fun event, minus the fact that I thought that we all were gonna die when the Destination X collapsed.
The Ultimate X, you mean?
Ultimate X, Destination X, Ultimate X. People get it confused. Don't give me crap.
I call it Ultimate X. I don't get confused about that.
Well, you're special, okay? Here's your slammy, sir.
Yes, I get a slammy for calling the match type correctly. And
Yeah, I just tried to pass one through the computer, but WWE's rejecting it because it's a TNA match.
WWE won't ever do that. But SummerSlam's coming up. Do you have any thoughts about the two main events, the Punkers and the Lesnars and the Cenas and the Bryans? Because I already gave my thoughts out. Orton's gonna cash in anyway, so.
You know what? I'm happy. And are the pay-per-views still 3 hours? Like
Yeah.
they are, right? Okay. Yeah. So what I'm curious about is how are we gonna fit the rest of the show within an hour and a half? Because that's how long the two matches should add up to be. I mean, that
What, 30 minutes each? You think those matches each will get 30 minutes?
I would like to see like one match get 45. Like,
Yeah, that's too fucking long, especially for Lesnar's health. I'm sorry, I can't see
well,
Lesnar wrestling 45 minutes.
maybe.
And you gotta watch out for Cena, dude. Cena's fucking injured as hell, so you don't want to push Cena too far.
Well, if they added a stipulation to Cena Bryan, which
No, that would be too early. That would be too early for it. Make no sense.
Too early. I don't know. I would like to see a decent, like, don't want to see like a 15-minute match between them because
they're gonna have 20 to 25 minutes. I always tell people you don't need fucking 60-minute classics all the time. You just need 20 to 5 to 30-minute good matches.
I agree with that. Like, I don't. Okay, honestly, I really don't care how long it goes as long as both matches tell a good story.
Well, Lesnar Punk will tell a good story. Cena and Bryan will be more of the action
with
match.
Paul Heyman, if Paul Heyman's involved, it's a good story, except for ECW.
Well, he was the owner, and never give Paul Heyman your checkbook.
That is true. That's true. And never give Vince Russo creative thoughts.
I don't hate Vince Russo that much. People give Vince Russo too much shit, but without Vince Russo, there would be no Attitude Era.
There wouldn't even be a...
There would be no Attitude Era without Vince Russo.
Yeah.
Everyone says, "Oh, Vince McMahon held his fucking hand." Yeah, and the WWE fucking DVD. Of course, you're gonna fucking say anything to keep your fucking job. Vince did not always hold Russo's hand. If you guys read Tonight in This Very Ring by Scott Keith, he will tell you. He knows. Vince Russo had some great fucking ideas for the Attitude Era.
He did have some good ideas. I'll give him that. But his later run with TNA, that's the problem with like they say we have like short memory with stuff in wrestling, but like that somewhat proved it where people were just bringing up people when you bring up someone and you want to hate on him, bring up some good points too. You can't
you can't just hate on them to hate on. Like Vince Russo, like I'm not a fan of Paul Heyman, but I'll give him props for props are due. I'll give him props. I don't hate on I hate Gunner. There's not really much props I can give to Gunner. Because he's just overall terrible to me.
I could give him a razor so you can shave that crappy
beard. Maybe he looks like a good-looking guy without a beard, but that's pretty much all the props I'm giving to Gunner.
Nah, remember when he didn't have the beard? He didn't even look good.
No, that's true.
Well, I mean, it was kind of skewed because it was with Immortal, the worst faction in history. But there are some problems that I have with people hating on Vince Russo. I mean, there are some things. Did you see like this? This wasn't Vince Russo's idea or anything, but it reminded me of like a Vince Russo style thing with the TNA One Night Only. I think it was Hardcore Justice. I think
Hardcore Justice 2.
Yeah, I think it was. They had Bad Influence versus Generation Me. And let me just say this. Generation Me is not signed by TNA. So the match was $20,000 on a clipboard ladder match.
Huh?
So why would they give Generation Me 20? If they actually look, people, that $20,000 wasn't real. They got to sell the clipboard, is what they got for winning that match. They can get no $20,000. Dixie had to spend that on Hulk Hogan, people.
Dude, Hulk Hogan needs that money after that sex tape.
Yeah, really. No,
Producer.
she didn't even give it all to him. She just bought him dinner. That was it. She bought him a $20,000 dinner.
Gave her some food stamps.
No, they were deluxe food stamps.
Who's that fucker that was part of Ink Inc. with Shannon Moore?
Jesse.
Neil.
Yeah, Jesse Neal.
I always think he has the funniest story of how he left TNA, where like they told him he was going to OVW and he said no, and they fired him after that.
That is fucking hilarious.
Hey, you're going to OVW? No.
No, fuck you. I'm going to Japan, bitch.
Yeah, you waste your life in Japan, then don't do anything.
Hey, he probably got at least his checks didn't bounce.
Yeah, that's true. Those because the Japanese yen is just as much as American dollars.
Yeah.
It's different. It's different currency. It's easier to balance out Japanese yen when you're in a great. Well, I don't know if Japan's economy is great, but when you're in a great system like Japan, while in America.
I don't know, but have you seen some of their fucking buildings? Jesus, they've got to have a good economy.
Yeah, no, I don't know how their economy is. Well, cause they get the PS4 before anyone gets to touch it, so it doesn't even fucking matter. Yeah. But all I'm saying is, it's pretty much, kids, America's different than any other country. So just know we're going to have checks and balances and all that other bullshit. Now, TNA, I wouldn't be surprised, if they don't get shit together in a couple of years or whatever, they might be not going under, but they might have to sell this shit to the WWE for video library for Sting.
I wouldn't want them to sell to WWE. I would rather them do a joint partnership with ROH.
No. We don't need to see enough crappy wrestling on our TV sets. That's true. We don't need to see flips, doodahs, no selling. People like to say, "Oh, Ryback no sells." Yo, motherfuckers, you're the same people watching ROH, watching these fuckers no sell. I don't want to hear that. Don't want to hear that. You will literally give Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards 5 out of 5, but you won't even give a Ryback match a 1 because you say he no-sold the match. Motherfucker. Well, if I have to watch...
because he's in WWE. If they're mainstream, they're shit. That's the rule.
Well, ROH fans have actually been really calm as of late.
They have. I don't hate ROH fans. I am a fan of ROH. I'm not a fan of some of the things they do in ROH. That's the same as TNA. I'm a fan of them and I know Wrestling Jesus was saying you only like them because it provides competition. Well, yeah, I do want competition. Do you really think that WWE would have Caitlyn versus AJ on pay-per-view if TNA didn't go out and have a fucking amazing match with Taryn Terrell and Gail Kim?
I was not surprised when Taryn Terrell did good in a hardcore match. Just ask Drew McIntyre how that turned out.
I know. Goes from beating up Drew McIntyre to a ladder match.
And there's Drew McIntyre's career in a nutshell. People always ask. My friend Alan always asks, why is Drew still being punished by that? I'm like, dude, you got bitched up by a girl. Do you think anyone's ever going to take you seriously ever again? No one ain't going to take you seriously.
Does that mean that Gail Kim could beat him up too, since she beat Taryn Terrell?
Most likely.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Drew McIntyre, but the dude, he ain't tough. If you can't even beat her, I understand you didn't want to hit a girl, but if you just literally got a knife pulled out on you, dude, that's when you have to literally go into.
WWE should have capitalized on this, and I know it's bad PR and everything, but they should have done a Taryn Terrell versus Drew McIntyre with a blindfold match.
Like Jamie Noble versus Nydia?
Yeah.
I love Jamie Noble. I miss that fucker. I wish he didn't retire.
Jamie Noble was cool.
Isn't Jamie Noble the first ROH champion ever?
I don't know. I'm not a big ROH history buff. I watch what's on.
I think he did. I think he did win the ROH title once, but I don't know if he's the first champion ever.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the ROH title could go to Matt Hardy soon, so.
No, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that. Go Matt Hardy, go.
Yeah, I did. I just watched a video the other day on Matt Hardy shooting. Matt Hardy shooting on Lita going out with CM Punk.
Wait, wait, was this like an old video or is this recent?
This was the Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy let's all get fucked up era.
Oh, Jeff Hardy did have a point in that one video at the restaurant. I made you into a superstar, CM Punk.
That was it. That was it. If you watch later, they went to Matt Hardy talking about Lita and CM Punk.
Yeah, so God, Matt Hardy. Hopefully, well, he's turned his life around. He's better now.
At least he has. I mean, I don't know. There are people that I'd love to see their life turned around, like Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, and Jake the Snake Roberts and X-Pac.
Jake the Snake kind of went backwards.
Well, no, because DDP was helping him out, and he's helping him.
Didn't he go backwards? Because then they fund for or was that Scott Hall where they fund for his surgery, and then pretty much he went backwards after that?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
It was either one of those two. One of those two had their surgery funded.
Yeah.
DDP was doing a fundraiser or a Kickstarter or some bullshit, and then pretty much afterwards, like they went backwards and they started drinking and doing all this shit. Stupid idiots.
Did you see Zima Ion's Kickstarter? I think it was on Kickstarter.
For what?
He had to have emergency appendicitis surgery, and he needed money for the surgery afterwards. And he was asking like $30,000 or something.
The hell?
I'm like, dude, there's no. Now I understand like emergency surgeries cost more, but there's no way that costs $30,000.
Dude, I had my appendix removed. That was only $2,000 something.
I had my gallbladder removed, and I know it wasn't even near $30,000. Yeah, and that's a harder surgery.
I don't know what Zima Ion's asking for. Just ask for food stamps next time, Zima Ion. I think you can get that.
I am looking forward to Zima Ion coming back. I do like Zima Ion.
Yeah,
except for the hairspray gimmick. If they would get rid of the hairspray, he'd improve.
Yeah, but anyways, do you have any final words, Wrestling Punk?
Just thank you for having me on today.
Oh, you're more than welcome to come back on my channel if you feel like discussing anything, because I did enjoy my time with you.
Okay, hopefully maybe we'll start a series or something.
Like Chase and Allen. We can think of a name.
Yeah, we can. But yeah, go over and check out my channel. I'm gonna start trying to do videos at least once a day, maybe twice sometimes. So go ahead on over and check out my videos and subscribe.
Yeah, go check out his channel. It's gonna be in the link, and I'm gonna figure out how to do an annotation for the video. So it'll be in the link and annotation to his channel. What's your Twitter? Can you just send me your Twitter so that way I can put it in the description box as well?
Yeah, I actually haven't set up my Twitter yet, but I am going to set it up.
All right.
Later
So
tonight.
when you send me that link and I'll post his Twitter, I'm pretty sure I'll have something to do with related to your YouTube username.
Yeah, it will probably be the exact same, hopefully.
Yeah, so go subscribe to his channel. Otherwise, Hulk Hogan will come and kick you guys down. This will be uploaded later today, and tonight Impact review. So don't worry, brother. I am reviewing that shit. I'm kind of interested. AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy in the main event. That sounds like fun to watch. Was it a good match that you watched?
It was a good match. It was a decent time. I can't remember exactly how long it was, but it was a good 15 minutes, I think.
That's fine enough with me, because Spike TV is going to fill in those 15 minutes with their shitty-ass commercials that I don't give a fuck about.
5-hour energy.
5-hour energy every fucking day.
Direct Auto.
Direct Auto. They don't even do those. Remember when Larry Zbyszko was doing Morphoplex? I remember that like it was yesterday.
Man.
But
I can kind of remember that.
Morphoplex, buy it now from the living legend Larry Zbyszko. It's like, shut the fuck up. But anyways, guys, you can subscribe by clicking down below or by clicking the little icon. Make sure you guys like or dislike this video for whatever reason why, Leon. But anyways, make sure you guys have yourself a good day. Don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything reckless. It's a Thursday.
Don't fool a Jeff Hardy.
And if you guys are signing up for college classes, get that shit done, because you got to go to school. Anyways, I'll see you all later tonight for the Impact review. Check out Wrestling Punk 97, like I said earlier, and peace.